Welcome, all fellow wannabes. Welcome to the show. You are listening to The Wannabe Critic. I am Gabriel Fast, and I am your host for today. And joining me via Zoom chat, all the way from, and I'm about to do a really terrible accent. Sorry, gentlemen. All the way from London. I know. I'm so sorry. We have Harry McDermott and Benjamin Jones, the founders of Reckless Music. Based out of the UK. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Ben, how are you feeling?
Peachy. Very peachy, Gabriel. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Harry, how are you feeling, my guy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, I'm really good. How are you?
I'm doing really good. I appreciate you guys taking the time. Obviously, it's like 8 o'clock right now where you guys are at? Yeah, 8-ish. So we're not going to try and take too much of your time because, you got to get that beauty sleep, you know what I mean? But it is good to have you guys on. Wanted to chat a little bit about what Reckless Music even is, what you guys do over there, what we do together. And you guys are going to teach me some British slang that I can somehow incorporate. And you watch. After we do this podcast, I'm going to start using some of these terms, and then it's going to be catching on. And it's the most frustrating thing, because no one is going to know where it came from. And it's going to be like,
I real hope you start sending me these slang emails.
Yeah, no kidding. Anytime you guys be like, hey, here's your reviews for the month, I'll be like, ace.
Top notch.
Top notch. Ben's like, what have I gotten myself into? First things first, gentlemen. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm enjoying a beer. Sometimes you got to do that. You know what I mean? What are we drinking tonight, gentlemen?
Vodka and Coke.
Okay, very nice. Vodka, nice. Okay.
It's almost the weekend, so
yeah.
It isn't.
No, it's not even close.
Really
it's Tuesday.
What day is it?
It's the beginning of the week.
Tuesday?
It's Tuesday.
I thought it was Thursday. Oh, okay. Maybe I shouldn't be drinking vodka and Coke today then.
Well, I don't know what your guys' standards are over there in the UK, but whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't already, you're listening to the Wannabe Critic podcast. This is where we aim for diversity, all done in wannabe fashion and geeked out goodness. This is your one-stop, family-friendly-ish content shop. In our constant efforts and attempts to create quality content, we have branched off into several podcast feeds, of which are available to you as the listener right now. You can go to wannabecritic.com and check those different projects out. It would mean the world. There's got to be something over there for everybody. I guarantee it. Also, if you want to check out popcultusa.com, you can get you some officially licensed swag like this dope natural light hat. If you use my code, _wannabecritic, you can get 20% off some officially licensed geeked out swag. But gentlemen, I'm so sorry. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about you and Reckless Music and what it stands for and what's even going on in the world today and how crazy things are. So, Harry, I'm going to throw it to you.
Cool. Right. This is the point where I have to explain what Reckless is. And honestly, I never know how to, because the simple fact is it's just this project which is ongoing. And now we've landed at like being a kind of news and discovery outlet for music fans to kind of come on board and enjoy. For us, it started with live events in a hometown of Wrexham, North Wales. Woo! Come on, guys.
Oh dear. No, it's not acceptable. Not acceptable at all.
From that point, I think kind of just fell in love with alternative music, and it kind of like snowballed into what Reckless is today. Like we started off in like a 50-cap venue, just putting on shows in a local town, and the followers just grew from that. I think, and we were all just like, well, what should we do now? Like, live shows are cool, but like we've got this brand, let's do something more, and we've now ended up with the recklessmusic.co.uk.
.co.uk. That's pretty dope. And then whenever you were pitching me and a little bit of a story time, and Ben, we'll get to you. I see you wanting to talk, but we'll get to you in a second. So you just chill, all right? No, I'm just teasing. I'm just messing with you.
I'm taking it easy. Don't worry about that.
No, I'm just kidding. So it's the craziest thing. I started this YouTube journey and back in September, and it was very much this thing of I was kind of caught up into a big project during last summer and started I was giving guitar lessons, and then a lot of my lessons were involved. We were all kind of doing the same thing. We were all kind of affiliated through the same project, and then after it was all over, those lessons kind of started falling off a little bit, and I was like, I got super depressed because I really liked doing it. And in the podcast, had kind of been doing its thing for a while, but I was like, I kind of had a revelation. I took my wife to a acupuncture appointment, and I was sitting there in the car waiting, And it struck me. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel. So I immediately went to iMovie. I immediately went to YouTube and started looking up tutorials in the car. And I had taken audio video in high school and always had an interest, but didn't really pursue it. And it started kind of coming back to me. And then, I started dabbling in iMovie a little bit just to kind of remind myself of the basics. And then after about a month of working in iMovie, I was like, well, I can't do this anymore. So I need to move to Premiere and start doing, different projects. So that's what ended up happening. Whenever I need to throw something together really, really fast, I'll open up iMovie for an intro or something. But other than that, Premiere is the way to go. So I'm making these reviews, doing this stuff, and I'm starting to see, 20, 30 views on a video. And I'm like, oh my God, like that's amazing. I was never expecting that. And then, one video ended up getting like 100 views. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. And then I just kept going. The goal has always been and always will be one video a week, sometimes more. And then I get a very strange email from one Harry McDermott from recklessmusic.com, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is weird. Months later. And it's like, hey, man, I saw your review. I really like whatever review it was. You're like, well, I would like to talk to you. And I thought it was a scam at first. But I saw the reckless header, and I'm like,
it would be.
Yeah, no, from Harry, I was like, man, I don't know. And then, so I saw the reckless header down below, and I was like, well, maybe this is legit. So sure enough, like I start researching reckless, what it is, and I'm like, well, there's you guys have a pretty good following on Facebook, and I was like, well, let's see what this is about. And the opportunity ended up presenting itself. You're like, hey, man, we want you to do reviews for us because we think you're perfect for it. And I'm still honored to this day to be able to do the reviews for you guys and hope you're as happy with them as I am. But that's kind of where, it's kind of where like our relationship has started. And we've been doing it for a few months now. And man, it's been a lot of fun. And that's how I know, you guys. And we've definitely had some challenges as far as, swapping content back and forth, because you guys do most of the, all I have to do is talk into a microphone for the reviews I do for you guys. But it's really been kind of awesome because I've been able to kind of go off into other projects and other places and say, hey, I represent Reckless Music. We do reviews over there, blah, 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 kind of taking liberties with some of my titles a little bit and saying, hey, we would love to review such and such track or whatever, or hey, can we get this record early for review and stuff like that. And it's just been a really cool opportunity. I think it's been a really awesome, and it would have been that thing of like, if it was my brand, that's how I would be attacking it. And since I felt a part of it, you guys very much made me feel welcome and a part of it. So it's like, well, I want to do this for you guys. So it's been a lot of fun. I think success has definitely come from it,
Yeah.
So, but where do you think the passion comes from? I mean, had you always been interested in alternative music with Reckless, or was it, because I know I think you're talking about the Neck Deep show, right? Where you kind of packed the place out for them, right? I mean, did that kind of start there? Like, Harry, I'm going to throw it to you, and then Ben, I want you to follow right after him.
So yeah, that's where it all started. It was, so I think at the time, obviously, we were volunteering, like an old group of me, I should say, were volunteering at, I guess it's like an art gallery / event space. And we built up trust for those guys, and they were just like, oh, do you fancy doing something? Do you want to do an event? And at that point, we were like 16, 17, and we were like, well, we really love pop punk. Let's do a pop punk gig. So we started planning it, and then we had the chance to ponder the question to Neck Deep, be like, oh, so we're going to do a gig. And they just went, yeah, all right, sad, yeah, go on then. And we were like, really? And yeah, they came down, and it was a complete sellout. And I think that whole buzz of selling it out, bringing all these people together who have the same interest as us, it just exploded. And then a few months after, Reckless was born.
Wow.
But yeah, Ben was there, weren't you, Ben?
Yeah, I wasn't officially on the team or anything. I'd been known for like filming stuff around town, like events at the art gallery where it was held and all this stuff. So I had known Harry through friends of friends and stuff. So, oh, do you want to film this? And I was like, sure. I've never done a gig before, but might as well give it a shot. Nothing to lose. It's only Neck Deep. They weren't too big or anything, or signed. Not like they're a big band or anything. So I wasn't at all nervous. No, not at all. but no, I mean, it went relatively well. I think a lot of people showed up. It was good camaraderie, if that's the right word, when the whole thing was being set up, and quite a memorable moment. And I'm quite thankful for it, because I mean, that footage is as hard to watch as some of it is, because I was still learning about filming and all this stuff. It's still pretty golden footage to have filmed at such a young age. I think it was like 16, 17. How many years ago was that gig? Was it 2014?
It was 2014, yeah.
So I would have been, 16. Yeah, but
I was 17, I think.
yeah, you're a little bit older than me, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just really glad that I got that opportunity, because from there I got to do a lot more gigs, got to meet a lot more people, and just connect with a lot of people within the kind of alternative music space, and make some good friends out of it. So all happy, positive things. So I can't complain.
So I have a question, because the culture I feel like a lot of people can kind of say, oh, well, the culture over there in the UK is very similar to what we have in the United States. I've heard that comparison made before, but you're talking about an event put on by kids, really, and neck deep. It's funny, Ben says, oh, they're not a big band at all. It's like they are, and they at that period of time they are and they aren't. They're on the rise at that period of time. So how does the culture there? I mean, what is it about? Do you think that passion kind of brings people together even more so where you guys are at? Because it seems like the community, as far as I've seen and observed, everyone is incredibly supportive over there. Is that just kind of the norm for what you guys do over there?
I'd say it is, I'd say it is. I think the US and the UK, I mean, gig community wise, are very, very similar. I've heard, yes, the US goes a lot harder at gigs, like, stage diving's a lot more popular there. Not so popular here.
Health and safety gets in the way of that.
Yeah. Try and do it, you get kicked out, honestly. But yeah, community-wise, I think everybody comes together just because they love alternative music, and everybody feels the same. And yeah, I think it's just the love of it. Like made me think of gigs. I really want to go to a gig.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
I mean, it's a much more positive outlook, especially if you're like a teenager. If you're into alternative music, you're probably dealing with a lot of stuff in your younger years. And so having a community, or at least a group of people who all like the same thing, who want to do the same thing, that can help a lot of people out, especially when you're growing up. They're very important years in your life. So holding gigs like this, where everyone's in a comfortable place, they're enjoying the music, and all this
right.
stuff, it's really important for people at a younger age. So it's important that these things still go on.
One, I think you hit the nail on the head too. Neck deep. What a cool opportunity for Neck Deep to capitalize on that and realize this is our audience. Like, why would we not give them this type thing? And not having a sense of like pride or moxie, or thinking like, oh, like we're really something. And even now, I don't want to reveal too much, but that kind of has come full circle with your relationship with Neck Deep, as we'll be doing something with them in the future. I hope I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Which the comparison between then and now is tenfold different. I mean, it's a completely different story now as far as Neck Deep is concerned, but it's been really interesting. I'll never forget the first time I really went to an alternative show. I went and saw Alex G opened. It was Alex G, Adventures, Basement, and Title Fight. And I went and saw them. I went and saw them in New Jersey. And it was the first show I had ever been to like that. And I had been to quite a bit of other shows. I have a pretty broad music, love of music and things like that. But that was the first time I'd ever gone to a show like that, where the crowd was really part of the experience. And it was like, oh my gosh, like this is what people dream of experiencing, whenever they go to a show like this. And like, oh, sponsored by Coca-Cola. Nice little pour.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I just want to say that was a perfect pour.
It really was. I mean, it almost sounds like I inserted it, but no, I didn't.
Some good ASMR for you there.
Yeah, thank you so much. Just don't be slurping it. You know what I mean? But no, I think that that whole community aspect is whenever I really started. That's where my love of alternative music was born, because whenever I got into the crowd, I came with a friend and we were, Alex G played and like no one really got into it and he was kind of a tool. And then Adventures played and we were kind of getting warmed up a little bit. And then whenever Basement came on, the lights went down and they opened up with Hole. And the next thing I know, the crowd's just roaring and me and my friend are immediately on opposite ends of the floor. And I was like, whoa, and I'd always kind of heard like the stigma of mosh pitting and all this stuff and like, those rough crowds and stuff. And I always thought that people were mean, but literally after every single song, someone's like, oh, shoe, phone, like holding it up. And people are just easily the nicest crowd I've ever been in, but passionate. And that's, I think the key word is, I think that whenever it comes to alternative music, and maybe you guys could kind of expound on this, and you kind of already did as far as the younger crowd is concerned, I don't think those feelings of knowing what it's like to be young and feel certain things while you're young really ever truly goes away. And I'm glad that certain bands keep that feeling alive. What do you guys think?
Definitely. Going back to the Neck Deep thing, if you look at their social media recently, you'll see tweets them basically saying they've got the best fans in the world. And it's nice that they know, like, the community that surrounds them, they love them as much as they love the band.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
totally.
It's so cool. And just to touch on what you said about, like, when you got split opposite ends of the room at that gig, I Set My Friends on Fire came to Wrexham, where we live, and they go hard. And there was mosh pits in this tiny venue. And people were on the floor, like it was a mess. But anytime someone went down, it was suddenly everybody's there to help them back up. Anytime someone's got lost, as you said, it'd be in the air. And I remember the band on stage, I think it was the guitarist, I can't remember his name. It was just like, wow, like I've never seen such a caring crowd. Like you're all helping each other up. Like it's just, I don't want to sound all like cringy and cliche, but it's quite magic, isn't it? It's nice.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's a perfect way to put it, I think.
The bands hold a responsibility as well to acknowledge the fact that you can be an amazing musician and write great songs, but at the end of the day, it's the fans that are keeping you around because they're the ones who decide whether if you're relevant or not relevant or whatever. So they've got to respect that. And you do see a lot of bands who, like Neck Deep, who acknowledge the fact that they've got, amazing fans and stuff. But then you get some bands who get a little bit too egotistical with it and they're like just kind of ignore it and just kind of put them to one side and forget the fact their big houses, their big cars, their, just everything mainly comes from the fans buying tickets, T-shirts, CDs, whatever it may be. Most of that, their materialistic items come from the fans and they need to respect that. And I'm glad mostly the alternative music scene seem to be happy with that, like Neck Deep and whatever. But, it's drifting into other genres as well, which is good.
Yeah, I think... go ahead. Sorry, go on. No, you go, Harry.
Just to touch on something, and I don't want to, in case any mainstream music lovers are listening, you've got the alternative scene and you've got the mainstream scene. Yeah, they're both similar, but in my eyes, like the mainstream scene, if you go to like an arena concert or something along those lines, it's not the same. Personally, like I don't know. I want to try and word it as carefully as possible. But
is there like less connection between the art?
Yeah, there's less of a vibe going on. Do you know what I mean?
I think if I can interject, I think unless the performer is fully aware, like I'll tell you for instance, the Foo Fighters are my favorite band of all time, hands down. I don't know if you guys have ever been to a Foo Fighters show, but no matter where you are in the house, they make you feel like you're front row. And like they make you feel a part of the experience, and it's just incredible. It's incredible craftsmanship as far as these people have been on tour for years and years and years. They've been doing this thing. They really are like craftsmen, and it's an incredible experience. And I've literally only ever felt that from that band at those big concerts, and you can tell in some big arena concerts, like, and A Day to Remember also very much brought that same vibe too. I'm a huge A Day to Remember fan. You go to an A Day to Remember concert, and if you're on GA, you're going to be having a good time. It's just impossible in my opinion. Beartooth opened for him, or Beartooth and I Prevail opened for him. It was awesome. It was a banger lineup, but Me and my wife also, we went to go see, my wife likes country music and I like country music to some degree. We went and saw Jason Aldean, and he very much got on stage and it was like he was just doing his job. And I think that's where the cycle's kind of broken, is because the fans' passion is what drives them to buy the ticket and to buy the t-shirt, whatever. As the performer, you should have compassion and respect for that and say, wow, they support me enough to spend these dollars to do this thing, which that should fuel your passion to re-deliver and reciprocate the thing that then goes back to refuel the fan. That's how it should work. And I feel like a lot of bands, a lot of artists tend to lose sight of that. But not with the alternative music scene, because really there are so many alternative bands out there that it's so easy to put out a banger record and the next one is just you're irrelevant at that point, and it's hard to grow back from that. I take Citizen for an example. Their debut record, absolute banger. Then they put out Concrete right after that, and to me, I still like that record, but I definitely think that kind of was a departure from their original sound in a lot of ways, because it was much more darker and depressing. But then they kind of returned to their roots with this newest record that they put out back in 2017. And it was like, okay, like whatever they needed to get through, they worked through it, and like they came back to this thing. But it goes back to, you make music for the love of making the music, and that is the passion that speaks to the fans. So whatever they were going through at that time, they probably weren't very concerned with selling 1 million tickets, because they were making music that meant something to them. And I feel like that's the alternative scene is the truest form of that particular thing, and just doing, hey, I'm making this because I want to make it and I have something to say. I mean, what are some of you guys' favorite alternative bands?
Well, Ben, you can go first.
See, the thing is, the word alternative music, like alternative bands, is such a very
broad,
wide,
yeah,
very broad way of describing it. I mean, some bands can vary in genre. Like, I hate to throw some just random bands out. Let's say Radiohead. We've all heard like I'm a Freak. What's it called? The really popular one.
Creep.
Radiohead. Like Creep. That's it. How did I forget that?
They're from the UK. How do you not know that?
I know. I'm terrible. Shocking. So they've got Creep, which is quite a bit rocky alternative rock, and then you go to 2000 when Kid A came out, and it's like an alternative electronica album. So I feel like the band is less important when it comes to genres. I feel like it's the individual albums and stuff. So I really am going to struggle to think of like alternative like bands that I like a lot, because I'm an idiot and I don't know how to put like one band into one genre.
You're not an idiot though, and here's why: because alternative music, it is so broad, and it's probably not fair for me to say like what are some of your favorite bands, because we're definitely like kind of putting a cap on it in a way. I take for instance, Bring Me the Horizon, for instance. You can go back to their earlier stuff, and throughout their entire discography, their transition from deathcore to metalcore to pop music, it's all the same. It's not the same music, but it's all still the same attitude and the same thing of whenever you listen to it, it still feels like the band. And that's passion and evolution right there, because, and the same thing goes with Radiohead. Their earlier stuff, very much rockish, and then Kid A comes out and it's like, oh my God, one of the greatest albums ever made. Are you kidding me? And then then they kind of continued, and they had this weird fusion throughout this entire time, of all these different things happening. And that's kind of what I'm getting at, is it doesn't matter what genre or subgenre of alternative it is. I think the passion is definitely there in so many more ways than your common mainstream record that you're going to pick up, But a lot of people, it's unfortunate because a lot of people are past the time in their life where they can relate to it. And it's interesting because if you relate to it whenever it first comes out, you'll always in some way, shape, or form be able to relate to it as time goes on. I think like that connection I don't think ever will go away. But Harry, do any bands kind of stand out to you?
So many to pick from. For me, it would be, do you want who I've seen live or just in general?
Well, let's do this. if you can pick while you're talking about your favorite live experience, and let's do this, and Ben, this will give you more time too. While you're talking about your favorite live performance, maybe that will give you kind of a little side branch to think about what one of your favorite, bands in the alternative genre is.
I'm just gonna have to go straight for this story so far, I'm afraid. Just because from ever since that first click on the YouTube video Quicksand, that was it. Hooked. Favorite band, and they still are, and they have been for years. So the live experience I've got was in Manchester, in England. It was the O2 Ritz, and I remember walking in. I was there super early. I was walking in. I can't remember the supports. I probably had a few too many drinks, but I remember waiting for the Source Fire to come on, and I went upstairs to use the toilet, and I walked back out, and he comes onto this balcony. And I walked out, and they started, and I've got a picture on my Instagram, and I remember looking over the balcony, and it was just this sea of people, and everybody. I honestly, everybody was just going wild, and it was just such, again, a magic moment, because then I ran downstairs and went wild as well. It was great. But yeah, I think if you put the Stories of Fire on and I'm around, I will sing every lyric.
I like, and that's you're going into another thing of they're incredibly influential on the alternative scene. Period. Some of the biggest bands ever listened to the Story so far, and that's what cracks me up. You think about a band like Anthony Green from Circus Survive and Seosin. I've heard him talk about the Story so far and stuff like that. So you think about a band with that kind of pedigree, listening to these younger bands, and even someone like Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters. He talks about bands like that all the time. It's just interesting how still influential these quote unquote smaller bands can really be. But yeah, no. So that's your favorite band and your favorite live experience is the same band. Okay. I respect that. I hear that. Ben, I'm going to throw it to you, bro.
I'm not going to pick one. I'm going to go from three that I'm remembering from very specific moments in my childhood. Simple Plan, pretty, we all know. All American Rejects, pretty, if you want to get into something.
Okay.
I think
okay.
They're a good one to go from. And of course, My Chemical Romance. We've all sat in someone's car blaring the Black Parade and just sobbing your eyes out.
Yep. Pretty much.
Three have the most initial impact to me, My Chemical Romance. Everyone, even if you're not an alternative music fan, everyone knows at least one My Chemical Romance song by far.
Totally.
So, I first listened to them when I was in primary school, so I may have been 7 or 8, and I think it's When I'm Gone had just come out, so we're looking at about 2007, 2008. And I remember taking the CD into class and just reading the liner notes, the actual little booklet that came with CDs, if people even remember what those are.
Mm-hmm.
Reading just front to back, just who Pierre Bouvier, whatever his name was, and all the people in the band and who they were thanking, and just looking at this and just taking it all in. Such a weird thing. People thought I was weird, and that's fair enough. And because I'm reading, not listening to the music, I'm just reading the pamphlet that came with the bloody CD. And so with moving on to All American Rejects, obvious classic, their debut album, at least I think it was their debut album. When that came out, what was it, 3 or 4 hit singles from it? Just mind-blowing, especially for the mid-2000s. That was just what you needed. I'm not sure if they've put anything out recently because I haven't really paid too much attention to them for 10 years. But,
yeah, I'm looking it up, their discography. So you're talking about their self-titled record, right?
Yes, the first one, yeah.
Yeah, and then they came out with Move Along.
Yes, and
yeah.
The second album wasn't too bad as well. That wasn't too bad.
It had a couple good songs on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's a pretty that's a really cool lineup, a solid lineup from both of you. And it's funny you mentioned the pamphlet thing because for the longest time, My Chemical Romance was actually my favorite band of all time. And it still is. It's probably man, it's hard. Bring Me the Horizon, and My Chemical Romance are probably tied for my favorite alternative bands ever, probably. Harry, did I say something that was offensive just then?
No, I just. Do you know what? I'm gonna say something. I don't rate them. I'm afraid.
What?
I'm sorry. Do you know, I've never ever been massively into my chem. I've just never.
That's okay.
You do realize you're saying sacrilegious words right now.
I mean,
fire,
I know.
Now
but...
Reckless is gonna fail because of you.
Boycott Reckless. No.
Yeah, no kidding. Cancel
All
Reckless.
The world right
Cancel Reckless.
Boycotting me because of that. Yeah, I don't know. I've never.
Well, I can understand, and here's the thing. I like the Black Parade. I really do. I think there's obviously banger songs. It's Queen meets Pink Floyd meets Black Sabbath. I was always a Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge guy. And I still am. Like, that's my favorite My Chemical Romance record. It's just, there's just something about it, and it comes from the same thing of what Ben was talking about, where I had the CD. And I'll never forget, I was in 5th grade, and my mom, she's like, "You have to come in and see this." And she showed me the Helena video. And that was an incredibly influential, that was very much my Your Story So Far moment was for me whenever I clicked that. I remember I watched, that was in the very early days of YouTube and stuff like that. And I watched that video like 10 times through. And I was just absolutely captivated. And then she brought home the CD one time, like a couple weeks later, she brought home the CD, and I was like, oh my God. So I had a little Walkman, and I walked to school every day, and I listened to that record front to back all the time. And it was interesting.
I want someone to do like a little animation of a small wannabe critic with headphones, a CD Walkman walking.
Exactly. You need to.
That'd be amazing.
That would be amazing. So if anyone's listening, make it happen. It was so incredibly influential because then, I didn't really have a rich music history, but then as time went on, I started hearing who their influences really were, that started to make more sense. And it was like, oh, and then starting kind of connecting the dots with other bands and what their influences were and stuff like that. But like, whenever I would get into school, like I would also I was reading the pamphlet from the disc, and like reading all the lyrics. And I was like, I remember trying to like look through to see if I could find any cuss words, which that was back in the day when if you bought a CD at Walmart, it was clean and like the pamphlet didn't have any swear words in it. So
parental advisory, all that.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, that was My Chemical Romance. I respect that pick because that's one of my favorite bands of all time. And I'm 3 cheers for Sweet Revenge over Black Parade every single time. But the Black Parade is obviously incredibly influential, and people love it, and that's fine. But I like their second record the best. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So now we have a little bit of you guys' history as far as influences are concerned, and kind of what's in your personal favorite list. And you guys are speaking my language, and I love it. And I can see now after talking with you guys, I'm like, yeah, he's the right one. We want him. And that makes sense. And I'm so glad you did because now we're here having this conversation.
We should talk about when we found your videos. That was an interesting evening.
Yeah, I want to hear the story because how do you come across a YouTuber with less than 100 subscribers? I mean...
It was a good day.
It was, yeah. Me and Ben, we were on a Facebook call, weren't we?
Yeah.
For like I think it was a good like week or so. Me and Ben were like, right, we need to get this YouTube channel on the move. Like, we've got it. We've got the audience. We just need some content. What should we do? And I've always been like, I don't want to go on the camera. Like, it's not my thing. I don't want to do that. So we sat down. I don't
understand, which I hate to just butt in, but he is the most attractive of like anyone I know, and that's because he is YouTube material. That's the problem. I am not. I've got like a round face with a beard. He'd be perfect YouTube, wouldn't he?
That's true.
I don't mean that.
No, it's okay. No, and that's I get it. He has that chiseled jawline. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's the defined features.
I don't know. It's not me. I guess
you're running the show.
I've never ever really wanted to put my face too reckless.
Sure.
I wanted to kind of bring everybody else in and make it a group thing. That's always been the vision. So we were on a Facebook call. We were having a chat, being like, well, let's do some reviews. Reviews would be cool, right? Like video reviews. Yeah. So me and Ben were looking. I knew it was YouTube.
We saw a lot of people. A lot of people.
Yeah, we saw a lot of, let's be honest, we saw a lot of great reviewers. We saw a lot of like ones which are quite well known. And then we started messing around with, with the settings. We can see like recently uploaded or uploaded within the last week. And we came across you, Gabriel. And I remember clicking, and I was like, Ben, this guy, Ben, this guy.
Yeah.
And I sent it Ben, and you were like, yeah. And then we emailed. Yeah.
Can I just say as well, the main apart from obviously like the presentation style and all that stuff, the main thing for me was that you knew how to turn like the camera on and do sound. That was massive, because some of the stuff we watched, like on a phone, like a potato, poor lighting.
Yeah.
My cameraman.
Everybody has to start somewhere, but
yeah.
No, that's true. That's true.
It's true.
I'm just glad there was a professional within the kind of the gunk.
Yeah, the sphere.
I mean, considering you're like pretty new to YouTube as well, like straight off the bat, professional instantly. Like,
well, I appreciate you guys saying that. It means a lot, and it's one of those things where you had the podcast for years at that point, or a couple of years at this point. And I had spent so much time like, okay, to get this particular sound, I need this microphone to get the, to get the audio quality the way I want. I need these settings. I need to turn my lows down. I need to turn my highs up and my lows down, and like just messing with settings over the course of a few years. And it was like, okay, whatever. And then it just so happened I had a pretty awesome acquaintance in Jamie French, because she does YouTube for a living, and the main thing she told me was, you know what, even if you don't have the best camera quality, because I was recording with my Mac webcam for the longest time, my earlier reviews, which if that's all I had now, I would still be doing reviews. It just so happened my wife had a camera that I was apprehensive about learning how to use, but I was like, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I need to, come out swinging, because that's what's going to set it apart. And it was kind of funny because she told me, even if your video quality isn't the best, she's like, set up your shot and have the best audio quality you possibly can. Your viewers are going to be way more likely to listen to you if you're more understandable and if the audio sounds better. So it's nice to see that advice. And, and whenever she said that, the podcaster in me was like, duh, like, of course, and then I even started thinking I should start putting some reviews on my podcast, which I did. And, it's really snowballed from there. But I'm glad that what I tried to do definitely came across, and that you guys were good to do it. If I can ask, what review was it where you were like, this is the guy?
Ooh. I can't remember which one it was. Just go back. I'm going to
I'm going to have a quick look on Facebook, see if I can see the video.
Yeah, I'll vamp while you guys. Was it, well, let's see. Was it Korn?
No.
The Pixies? Was it an alternative band?
I want to say no. I think it was.
Do you remember what day it was, Harry, or like what month? It was May, wasn't it? No, April. It was like.
It might have been Foo Fighters. I'm pretty sure it was Foo Fighters.
Was it Foo in Review?
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh. No, thought I'd found it.
Finding it. We are finding it.
We are looking right now. This is like CSI Miami. We will find.
I'm looking. I'm just taking pop shots at this point too. I'm trying to find any ideas. I'm gonna guess. Oh, was it Poppy?
No.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. No, it might have been. Yes, it might have been. Yes, that rings. That yes.
My guess would either be Poppy or.
I think it was Poppy.
Because that would make sense. That was like the most alternative thing I had done so far.
Poppy, because I remember watching it.
No, it wasn't.
Which one was it then?
It was.
It's going to be wrong, wasn't it?
It was completely wrong. Oh, load. My Friends, the Dead Love track review.
No, because we sent him that one.
No, we didn't.
Yes, you did.
Did we?
Yep.
Good thing I remembered.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm gonna guess because it would have been.
I think it was Poppy.
I think it was too, because 5 months ago is about right, and that says that's how long ago it was uploaded. Either Poppy or.
Look, at this point, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's months in advance.
Yeah.
I'll never find it inside.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's probably one of them.
Yeah, one of them. But still, though, it was really cool. I was just curious. I was like, man, what would make them think? I mean, Harry's defined reaction makes me think that it was Poppy, which
His face.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. But man, talk about a good record, So,
Poppy.
Oh yeah, I love her. I absolutely love her.
Oh, amazing.
She's so good.
No,
She's gonna change pop
There's too
music.
much stuff for me to deal with her.
Nah, amazing. Amazing.
Shit, it's
I mean,
we're not gonna argue. We're not gonna argue here.
No,
It's
no,
neither
no.
here nor there. It's fine. It's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. Gentlemen, I want to thank you for taking us. But you're also a coward. I want to thank you for taking us down memory lane. You know, to kind of tell us the history of what Reckless really is. What do you say we start having a little bit of fun? What do you think? Does anyone need a potty break or anything?
Wait,
No,
talking
I'm
about? We're having fun.
Okay, good. Yeah,
Let's have
good,
more
good.
fun.
Well, you know, you gotta. We're always talking about on the show finding this marriage between professionalism and hobbyism, you know, and obviously wanted to show proper respect for what Reckless represents, and obviously, even if for whatever reason I don't end up getting to work with you guys in the future or whatever, like it would have been awesome. Like I'm just happy to be a part of it right now and the now. So coming to the main topic of the discussion now is you guys are going to teach me some British slang and what it means. And I hope for the most part it stays at worst PG-13. Because
Yes.
Okay.
It will.
Okay,
Definitely.
okay.
When researching it all, I made sure to keep it PG.
Okay, good. I appreciate you for doing that, and thank you for
Although
respecting.
There was a lot. I didn't realize how much British people swear. It's awful. I'd like to apologize.
It's beautiful.
I'd like to apologize. Like
No,
yes.
it is okay. The American people, there are words that I did not even know existed, and yeah. So, anyways, but okay. So how many are we looking at here?
Well, I've got a list of 26.
But we may think of someone like off the cuff and just
Okay.
them because 26.
Off the cuff one? Did you just say one? But
I think I may have just said a bit of British slang without even realizing.
It's gonna be kind of funny what you guys say, and if there's gonna be anything that I hear in America, you know what I mean. So it'll be interesting. But
yeah, I'm intrigued to see if you know any of these. You might. You never know.
Maybe.
Have you got the spreadsheet open? Then?
Yes, I do.
Cool. Should we take it in turns?
You do one, then I do one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You
if
just read the word, and then you can guess.
okay,
Yeah,
that sounds
read
that
the word to you.
yeah, that sounds fun.
And if you struggle,
All right.
we'll then put it in a sentence.
A
Okay.
little bit of hint, tips and
Yeah.
tricks, all that stuff.
Sounds good.
Cool. Do you want to go first, Ben?
Chock a block.
Chock a block. Can you use
Obviously
it?
not with a dramatic pause, but you know.
Chock a block. Can you use it in a sentence?
Oh, do you want me to do it? Oh, okay. Oh, this place is chock-a-block, isn't it?
Okay, I'm gonna
Chock-a-block,
say
sorry.
like it's awesome. Like chock a block is awesome.
Ooh.
No, oh no, what is it? What does it mean?
Probably the worst example I could have gave, but okay.
No, it was a pretty good in a sentence. Do you want to tell me what it means, Ben?
A place that is very busy. Road, street, or a shop.
Oh wow, I was way off. Chock a block, man. This place is chock a block, isn't it?
Like this place is
It does
fat,
work.
this place is
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Okay, chock a block.
Cool. My go. Chuffed.
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 Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Harry, you say the words, and Ben, I like your delivery. You use it in a sentence. Chuffed.
Cool.
Trying to think of a good one. I'm very chuffed with my results.
I'm very happy or proud with my results.
Yeah.
Got it.
Wow,
That was it, yeah.
chuffed.
Got it.
I'm very chuffed. Is it CHOFFED?
CHUFFED.
Chuffed. Okay, chuffed. I'm very
It's like
chuffed.
chafe with a U.
Okay, gotcha. I'm very chuffed with my reviews on my.
And you can be chuffed to bits as well.
I'm chuffed. I'm just chuffed to bits about this, you guys.
There you go.
You guys
There
are.
you go.
Oh my god, I'm gonna use all these. I'm gonna bring these to the next review on the podcast and be like, guys, I'm just chuffed to bits with this movie, and they're gonna be like,
British slang counter in the bottom
Yeah.
of the video, and just every
I
time
like this. This is cool.
it goes up.
yeah, exactly, love it.
Okay.
Right,
next
am I
one.
doing the next one?
I'll say the word, you give the sentence.
All right.
So next one is dosh.
Dosh.
Yeah.
Dosh. Use it in a sentence for sure.
I made a load of dosh today.
A load of dosh. Money.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Really? Like I made a bunch of cash, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dollars, bucks, all of that kind of stuff.
All the
in
bucks.
America.
Okay, right on. Okay, cool. Wow, I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty proud of myself.
That is. Okay, next one is Leggett.
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 Legit.
Two separate words. Yeah, 2 separate words. Leggett.
Leggett. Like leg get it. Leg get.
Legit.
Yeah, legit. To legit to quit. Okay, yeah, use it in a sentence. I'm retarded. I'm sorry.
We had to leg it away from the animals.
Oh, like run away.
Yeah.
Like run
I
away.
mean, maybe these are terrible examples, but
No, I mean, no. these
We
sentences
had.
are good.
Well, no, I mean, there's gonna be people. I guarantee you, there's gonna be those 2 or 3 listeners out there that message me and be like, their accents were just too thick. I could not even listen, and I'm gonna be like, well,
are they Scottish?
yeah.
I can't understand a word they're saying.
Is that your best white girl impression, Ben? That's great.
That's Stacy. She's from Malibu.
Malibu, love it. Okay, let's actually really fast before you do it. Can I hear your best American impressions?
Well, Stacy likes to go shopping at Walmart. When she does, she takes her friends Tracy, Trisha, and Dave. Okay, yeah.
That was incredible.
That was great.
I
Oh my
practice
God.
in my sleep. No.
All right, Harry, your
Oh,
turn.
I
Harry, I
can't-
want to.
Stacy is single and ready to mingle. Don't worry, boys. Boys.
Okay. Oh my God! I can't believe it. There you go. That's what I've got.
Oh, well done. I love it. Oh my gosh, that was great. That's what we're gonna put in the outset of the episode.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
love it.
Amazing. I forgot where it was. Right, next one. Give us a bell.
Give us a bell.
Yeah.
Like give us a ring on the telephone.
Yeah,
Oh!
I got it instantly.
I am the champion.
No way.
You're good.
That was. I'm surprised by that one. I thought I'd forget that one. That was pretty good.
Give us a bell.
Yeah.
Give us a bell.
Excellent.
Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Kip.
Kip. What the flip, Kip? Like that?
You know the one.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you want to say it in a sentence?
I'm gonna have a quick kip, and then I'm gonna go to the shop.
A quick kip. I'm gonna have a quick shower. A quick nap.
Hey!
Ah.
there we
Okay.
go.
Cool.
Kip. Yeah. I guess just to throw in another one, an extra one, you could say I'm gonna get 40 winks.
40 winks for sleep.
Yeah. It's a nap. Nap.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get 40 winks.
That's good. Oh, wow. Okay, next one.
Okay.
Is nosh.
Nosh.
Yeah.
Like, all right, guys, we're gonna get in the Ford GTR and hit the nosh and get some go fast in the car. Like, is that what we're talking about? Like, nitrous oxide?
Nosh.
Nosh. Yeah, exactly.
No, not quite. Not quite.
Oh my god, we're gonna hit the nosh. Can you use it in a sentence?
Oh, that's some proper good nosh.
Some proper good nosh.
That's a hard one.
Liquor?
Oh no.
Food.
Yes, got it. Food.
What?
Okay. Some proper
You can
like
use that
really
food?
kind of like grub,
just food.
like kind of like grub a little bit, or okay. Well, what's your thing, Ben? You're like food. What like what?
Nosh is food.
Nauseous food. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I got it. Look at me freaking go.
I heard liquor, and I was like, "Eh."
I said. Yeah.
Oh, so you did say liquor.
I said liquor first, and he was like, nope, and I was like, okay, well, food then.
I think the
Yeah.
British Slang Committee is going to have a meeting whether or not it counts or not.
Okay, whatever. Well, you can take a point or leave a point, whatever. Next one.
Okay, this one is more of a phrase.
Okay.
Not my cup of tea.
Oh, I've heard that before. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
not my cup of tea is like means you understand why other people like it, but you yourself don't really like it.
Sort of. Yeah. It's like basically saying, yeah. It's like, well, what's this? It's like,
you understand it
I'm not
exists,
big on
but you
it.
may not like
Yeah,
it.
like you're.
yeah, like I'm not too big on it, but you know, it's
It's there. Yeah, I'm not too big on
Yeah.
it, but I'm not too big on it. I understand why it's there.
Yeah.
Okay, right on.
Okay, next one is on your bike.
Let's go.
Nope.
Actually, I just thought of another one which we'll add on after this.
On your bike. And you guys are gonna have to
Yeah.
send me this doc too, just so you know. Because I'm gonna throw the guys for a loop. Because this episode probably won't be out for a while. So so it'll be fun to kind of use those. On your bike. On your bike, like get up and let's go. I already said that. On your bike, like, okay,
Yes.
you fell down,
you
like
are
you
right.
fell down.
Telling someone-
Yes, you failed, but like that's no reason to stop type thing.
No.
Okay, I'm way off. What does it mean?
It basically means like, it's a polite way to say, tell someone to do one. Go away.
Oh,
Do one's another one.
Yeah. do one.
okay.
Yeah.
On your bike means get lost.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Like jog on as well. That's another one.
Like
that you use.
move along.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
right on.
Cool. Next one is waffle.
A waffle? I mean, that's obviously a crusty pancake that you eat with syrup. A waffle is a cookie. Okay, I don't know.
Do you want it in a sentence?
Yeah, use it in a sentence.
Gabriel waffles on.
To talk? Like kind of
basically.
that's
Okay.
like
Basically means to endlessly go on about something.
oh
Obviously, I'm not
wow.
saying that you do, but yeah.
That's pretty good. That's something I do. I waffle quite a lot.
Waffle.
These
Yeah,
are some
exactly.
really weird. Britain's got some weird slang. Waffle? Really? It's just
Yeah.
a weird word used for that.
This one is one of my personal favorites. I say this quite a lot. Yonks.
Yonks, like oh shoot, like zoinks from Scooby Doo. Oh, you know what I should start doing? I should start answering these like we're in Jeopardy.
Do.
Yeah, exactly. Yonks. Can you use it in a sentence?
I would talk about that, but that was yonks ago.
Okay. What is ages ago? Like a long time ago, a long extended
I think
period
I
of
may have Just
time.
given one of no, that isn't even on the list.
No. Yeah, yonks is like a long period of time.
Okay, nailed it.
And my spreadsheet's gone weird. Give me 2 seconds.
The next one is plastered.
Plastered. That means you are absolutely just wasted.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
You've heard that one before, right?
Yeah, I have.
You've,
Yeah, I've heard that. That's a pretty common one. Man, that he just got plastered. Woo.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I
Yeah.
think that's an American one as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. It is.
Sure, it is.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of words we describe drunk as over here.
Okay,
There's
that's
There's a few
fine.
that we can't say on this podcast for legal reasons, but
Yeah, because I will sue you. I will sue the crap out of you.
Twisted is one.
wrecked,
Wrecked,
Wrecked.
like get wrecked. Oh,
Hammered.
yeah,
Um,
sloshed,
sloshed. I've heard that one. Yeah.
slaughtered. You know, that's another.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah.
I got slaughtered last night. That kind of
You
thing.
like to
Okay.
drink over here. Woo!
No kidding.
We take it from
That King George, you know what I mean? By the way, side point, have you guys watched Hamilton yet?
No.
Pardon?
Par-
Hamilton.
Pardon?
What
Don't
I've
tell
been
me.
hearing about for the last
don't tell
2
me-
days is Hamilton. I don't know what it is.
Ray. It's a musical on Disney Plus. Don't tell me you haven't watched Disney Plus.
I don't have Disney Plus.
Oh my
me
god.
neither. Me
Okay,
neither.
whatever.
I don't.
Get on with the frickin' slang. All right.
Okay, next one is pinch.
In a pinch means I'm kind of like in a tight spot.
Nope.
A very small amount of something.
Nope.
Like a pinch of salt.
No.
Frick. Okay, use it in a
I mean
sentence.
that would be that is one. Yeah.
Technically, it is correct, but not the
not the
one we're
not the
talking
proper context. Okay, you go ahead and use it in a sentence.
about. I pinched something from the shop.
You stole it.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Nailed it.
Which nobody should do. No. pinch.
Yeah.
No,
Naughty.
Not today, Pippa.
Cool. Right. Next one. I like this one. This is a great one. Off your trolley.
Off your trolley. Like, let's get on. Like, move along. On your way again.
No.
Off your trolley. Oh, like you've lost your mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Pretty much, yeah.
You're
Like,
off your
he's
trolley.
off-
You're off your trolley. I'm so sorry.
Great. No, that's
That
good.
trolley in an American accent doesn't sound right to me.
Trolley?
Like, shopping cart over here just sounds weird, you know.
Yeah.
Trolley. Let's go
Is that
get
what you call them? Is it shopping cart? Is that what you say?
Yeah, shopping cart.
I thought, isn't it also like just not basket? No.
Well, we like shopping basket, shopping cart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a plethora of those.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, right. On to the next one.
Oh, this is going to be a hard one.
Nount.
Nount?
Nout. It sounds like a speech impediment, but it's an
Nount.
actual.
Nount.
Nount.
God. Nount. Can you
This'll
use
be
it?
good.
Can you use it in a sentence?
There was nout to do today.
Like nothing? There was nothing to do today?
Hey.
Okay.
Nount.
There was nount to do today. Okay, right on.
Nount
Nount.
is it's very northern, that one.
Well, and that's and it is shorter. It's very shorter. It's way shorter than saying nothing. Man, there's nount to do today. My goodness. I'm going to use every single one of these in the next episode. You guys just hide and watch. And like, I can tell you my co-hosts are probably going to be like,
I will send you the spread.
Just-
the spreadsheet.
Just ones and zeros going past people's eyes, like
Yeah.
nout.
yeah,
You know?
exactly. Yeah. People are going to be like, are we
what
in the
is
Matrix?
Right,
um,
the next one is lurgy.
Ooh.
lurking?
Lurgy.
Lurgy.
Lurgy. Like I hacked a lurgy.
What did you
Kind
say?
of.
Yeah, what did you say? That made sense the way you said it.
I hawked a lurgy?
Oh no, don't
Okay, like hawking a lurgy, like, you know what I mean?
Like snot.
Yeah,
maybe.
snot, yeah.
You do that if you had the lurgy. There's your hint.
No.
Oh, are you sick?
Yeah.
Lurgy. Wow. Okay. Like a cold, kind of? Like you're just.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, I've
Or
got the lurgy.
coronavirus.
I can't come in today. I've got the lurgy.
There
Rona?
you go.
Rona, is that
That's what
you?
you tell your boss.
I've got the lurgy.
The lur guy.
The lurgy. Oh, the lurgy. I'm gonna.
What would more than one lurgy be? Lur guys.
The lurgeis. Yeah.
Lurgies.
Lur-
Got the lurgies.
They're the lurgies with a Z because it's trendy.
yeah. No kidding.
Okay, next one is jammy.
Jammy. Is it a sandwich?
No.
Is it food of any
No.
kind?
No.
What is? Frick. I don't know. Can you use it in a sentence?
Tom was being rather jammy today.
Like he's being kind of a tool, or he's being funny. Is it funny?
Nope.
Okay, what is it? Strike three, I'm out.
Go on, Ben. Do you want to?
Consistently being on the right side of good fortune. If you're
Oh.
repeatedly lucky, you might be described as jammy.
Jammy. Okay, so it's like having, like you just, you're in the right place at the right time.
So
Yeah.
Tom was lucky today. That kind of
Gotcha. Okay, right on. I could dig it.
So
Always
next one is I've lost it. Found it. Hard.
Hard?
Hard.
PG-13 Harry. Come on.
No, this one's no. That's it.
No, I know.
Like, oh, he's quite hard.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's
That
kind
was-
of
yeah.
like a BA, like really intense, like he no problem taking care of business, like a real man's man of sorts.
Sort of. Yeah.
Sort
It's
of.
the sort of. It's. I guess over here it's used as more of like oh you're hard like
Almost
yeah,
cynical.
like,
Or
acting
like-
the big man. You're like oh
Yeah.
you're hard mate.
Always hard. Yeah, like that.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. So it's over here. It's like, dude, that goes so hard. Like it's in a positive context, whereas that's in kind of a mocking context.
Again,
yeah.
it's, you can use that the same way over here. Like, oh, that was really hard, that. And then
Yeah.
you can be like, oh, he's hard, as he's like in the pub
Yeah.
to beat you
Yeah.
and your girlfriend up. You know,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's like
Little
yeah,
boy
I
with
think
little arms. Getting to beat me out.
Okay, got it. That's I was not
next
expecting that.
one
I'm
is
like,
one I use frequently.
Too much.
Gander.
gander. Take a gander. Take a look.
See, that's American, right?
Yeah.
there. That's clearly an American word as well.
Yeah,
Gander.
totally.
Use the definition is here to take a look.
To take a look.
It's-
Boom.
Yeah.
Right on the head. You know what I mean?
Okay, we've got 6 left. And the next one is fluke.
Fluke, like, oh, that was a fluke thing by chance. Like, it'll never happen again. Like, no way. Okay, got
Again,
it.
spot on. Yeah, spot on. This one goes hand in hand with another one we mentioned, which is Skive.
Skive?
Your first one.
Skive.
Skive.
I have missed one, but I'll go back to it.
Skive.
This is going to be a hard one.
I don't know. Can you use it in a sentence?
Do you want to try? Do you want to try and say it in a sentence with lurgy?
Okay.
I'm going to skive off work and I'm going to tell my boss I've got the lurgy.
Oh, like take off, like you're gonna leave.
Yeah, it's similar.
Basically, it's like to skive off work, to basically bunk off.
Okay, like skip, basically, like skipping class. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna skive off class.
Yeah.
Okay,
Spot on.
gotcha. Like kind of okay. You're
Not that we're recommending it.
You're
in any way.
you're torrent or not torrent. What's it called? Gosh dang it. Truant. It's like truancy, kind of like you're truant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So the one I missed was flog.
Flog. Oh, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna flog you until you can't breathe.
No, that works. I think that's quite funny though, but no, it's not the right one.
It's not right context. Yeah,
Flogging Molly.
Flogging.
Are you sure you're allowed to put that in your own podcast, Gabriel?
I don't know what it means. I didn't. The Flogging Molly is a band.
When you find out the context, you will not be putting that in your own podcast.
What does it mean?
It means to sell.
To sell.
Oh, flog.
So
Oh,
here we are,
my.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
heard it here
There you
first.
go. You heard
Gabriel
that.
Sells MDMA.
Yeah.
You heard it here. FBI, you know where he is. Come and find him. Take his.
Oh, that's so funny. Because that's so funny that you guys are reacting to that, because people are going to be listening to that and be like, oh, it must be something really horrible. But like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
It's not a
it's
bad word.
no.
But you did not help yourself.
Yeah.
At all whatsoever.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, right on. But don't tell me you've never heard of Flogging Molly.
To flog Molly.
It's a band.
Is it?
Yes. Oh my, you guys are kidding me. These are guys are like the.
No, I've not heard of them.
Okay, that's it. We're having a long discussion after this podcast is over.
I
I'm
can't wait for this
incredibly disappointed in you guys. It's that Irish band that's always like pretty much any time you've ever heard like an Irish rock song in a movie, that's Flogging Molly.
Is it?
Yes,
I'm gonna
literally.
hear something about them. I'm gonna know into.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Next one.
Cool. Put a sock in it.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an American one too.
Yeah.
Put a sock on it.
Piece of cake.
Oh, that was really easy.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, damn
I
it.
did throw in a few easy ones. Yep. So yeah, I thought do you know what I thought you were gonna say? Oh, that's real easy, and then tell me the answer, but it doesn't matter. Pear shaped.
Pear
This is the
shaped.
last one, by the way. Pear shaped.
Pear shaped.
Yeah.
Does it have anything to do with a female body?
No.
Okay.
PG-13. Come on. I'm the FCC in this podcast.
Thank God. Pear shaped. Frick. Can you use it in a sentence?
It was all going to plan until it went pear-shaped. I know. Don't think about it. Don't think about it, because if you do, it makes it sound even worse.
Pear-shaped means everything was ruined.
Well, you're along the right lines. Yeah.
Like yeah. Okay. I pear-shaped is like when everything was going according to plan until something happened that changed our plans.
Yeah, you're close. It's basically saying like it was all going well until it went a little bit wrong. But it still went well. Just
Until Gabriel mentioned he sold drugs.
Yeah,
Going pear-shaped. That went
Love it.
pear-shaped. There you go. Perfect
Love
example.
it. Okay, right on.
Yeah, that's it. That concludes it.
Wow, I've learned so much.
You did know.
I feel like I got half of them right. So
Oh no, there's more than half.
Okay,
I
good.
think there's a few that slipped your tongue, but definitely you know most of them anyway.
Yeah. Well, and you're putting it into sentences really helped as well too. So there you go. But
Terrible sentence choices. I could have made them really difficult.
I know. I was hoping you would, because there were a few of them that gave them totally away. But it's okay. You did your best, Ben. You did your best.
Never use British slang, because you'll just, especially in America, because no one will understand the word you're saying.
Yeah, no kidding.
They'll have no idea.
I'm definitely going to start using some of these words in my day-to-day conversation, though, just because. So you guys are welcome. Thank you so much for enlightening me.
We'll get a message off Gabriel in a few weeks' time. It's like, I got beaten up in the shop. I told him, oh, that's gone a bit pear-shaped, and they thought I was talking about his wife. It's not going to go that well, Gabe. Be careful. Prosper and all that rubbish.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh, you guys are great.
Speak with caution, boy.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry. You're wise a master. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Gabriel got
there's so many more, but yeah.
Is there any that you can think of, Ben, off the top of your head before we wrap this bad boy up?
Ooh. There's a few rude ones, which obviously I'm not going to mention here, but
okay.
I can't think of any. Harry, have you got any?
I can't think of any.
Okay.
I genuinely can't.
Well, that was a pretty hefty list. That was nice. I hope the listeners enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Well, we're coming towards the end of the show of this particular podcast, but I wanted to kind of take a moment to just kind of close the show and ask you guys, and thank you guys so much for putting that list together. That was a lot of fun, and that I needed that. That was great. I wanted to kind of ask you guys, like, what you do in your personal, like here at the Wannabe Critic, we review stuff, right? So music, video games, comic books, movies, the whole shebang. We love to give our opinion in wannabe fashion, and now that you guys are definitely on board with that, what out of those things that do you like doing the most? Like, what do you spend most of your free time on? I'll throw it to Harry first. Harry, then Ben.
Oh, yeah. For me, I'd say PlayStation, but I'm not a heavy PlayStation player. Honestly, it's music, still music. Like, if I'm constantly looking for new bands, like constantly, and then I'll find that band, and then I'll take it to Reckless, then I'll work with that band. That's the cycle I'm in. So if I'm not doing anything Reckless, I'm listening to music, and then I'll take that music, put it to Reckless.
I definitely understand that.
I probably just live for music.
Yeah. Well, and that's awesome. Like,
that's a good slogan.
That is. We live for music. That's really good. And do you find yourself kind of in like one of those things of like, it's almost like not worth doing if it's not part of a project type thing? Like, it's like, well, if I'm going to use my time for a certain thing, it needs to be part of something that's going to be productive. Even those things that fall into your free time a little bit. Like, do you find yourself kind of in that?
Is this me? I'm sorry.
That's Harry. That's Harry still. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Repeat that again. Sorry, I was miles away. I thought
so like for me, he was already thinking about the show ending and how he can't wait to leave. No, I
was thinking about what I said about we live for music. That might become the new slogan. Sorry.
There you go. No, that's good. The question was, for me, anytime I'm doing anything in my free time, yes, it's free time and it's fun and I'm playing a game or I'm watching a show or whatever, but there's usually an ulterior motive behind it. Like right now, I'm working on the Samurai Jack project. I love Samurai Jack and I really want to talk about it. So it's going to be like a review of, yes, I'm sitting down to watch this cartoon, but it's also part of this long-term project that I have going on. So do you find yourself kind of doing that thing? Like you're listening to a band and it's like, oh, I wonder if I could work with these guys. Like, yes, you're enjoying the music, just kind of being in the moment, but there's always kind of that prospect of like, oh, there's a really good chance that I'll be able to work with these guys.
That's spot on.
Okay. Yeah.
And most of the bands I discover and you'll see being pushed through Reckless is because I love that band and I think they should be heard by
the masses.
People. Yeah.
Well, as far as PlayStation goes, though, like what do you? I know you're on that Warzone grind. Is that about what you do, or what else do you play?
That's probably the only game I'm playing at the minute because it's such a big game. I can't fit anything else on the console. I'm grinding that out. I think I'm on 32 Warzone wins so far.
Oh wow, that's quite a bit.
Yeah.
Patience is a virtue.
1v1 me in the gulag.
PTSD just flashing by his eyes of all the lost matches and stuff.
No kidding. All right, then let's start to you, bro. What occupies your free time? I'm gonna guess you strike me as a reader.
I used to read quite a lot, and then obviously I got old and forgot that I actually enjoy reading, so I don't do it as much. I really should though, because I'm pretty much illiterate at this point. I'm surprised I can read in general. No, but I mean, for me at the moment, it's just editing, YouTube on my own, just personal time, skate videos, and then I'm only now kind of getting back into like bits of gaming. I used to dabble around when I was younger. I still have an original 360 from like 2007, which hasn't got the red ring of death, which is incredible if you know how poorly those things were put together. Last night, I finished playing Postal 2. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of it.
I know what it is.
I'll probably leave it at that, because if I go into it, you'll probably get instantly banned off every platform you've ever been on. Harry, after this is over, go and just watch a few videos on Postal 2. It's not very positive, shall we say. It's quite full on.
Quite intense.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played like a full game all the way through for like years. And I just jump, like my brother gave me his Steam details, so I just jump in. Oh, I heard of this. I'll play this.
Right.
Days later, I'm just like desensitized, sweating computer, just wondering what the hell have I just seen?
Yeah.
I'm scared to even Google this.
Yeah.
Every boundary, politically, mentally, emotionally,
it's just gone.
It's really offensive.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. Any other games?
I used to be really into like Call of Duty and stuff like that. I think most people growing up from like 12 to 16 has like an addiction to Call of Duty and shouting about people's mothers on the end of the microphone. You know, I can see him pointing at himself. He's probably called my mum
I'm not gonna lie, I still do that now.
Oh, there you go. A grown man shouting at kids.
Yeah, there you go.
He's a good influence.
He's like,
21st century.
Hey, you're adopted. You're adopted. Your parents don't even love you.
Mum, my hats aren't working.
Yeah.
It's just a controller into the TV.
Telling them to get on their bikes and all that, of course.
Get on. That's right, mate. Get on your bike. Get out. Yeah, leg it away.
Jog on. You know.
Yeah, that's funny.
God.
Well, it's that's the question we ask, and if there's anything else, I mean, editing. That's definitely, as someone who does quite a bit of editing myself, it obviously takes up a huge period of time, and it's always that weird thing of if you have this long video. It's like, wow, I have a 2-hour render time. What am I going to do to fill my time during that period of time? You know what I mean? So,
I mean, before I would just lounge. I would literally just sit on my bed, looking up, just wondering, why am I doing this to myself? Hours of my life have vanished.
Yep.
Beard has grown fuller in like an hour and a half it takes to render out a wannabe video or one of my own videos. I'm just sat there just looking rather glass-eyed into the distance, wondering, why don't I just work in a shop? It's instantaneous. I'm not sitting here screaming at the screen, wondering why did I choose this stupid thing to be into? But here I am, sat down, shouting at Adobe for making a terrible product.
No kidding. Oh my God. I mean, I have a friend who works for Apple, and he does, videography and things like that. And he's like, Adobe will always be bad because it's job security for them. And I was like, it's true. And it does blow my mind sometimes whenever I hit my render button on my videos and it's like, awesome, 400 megabytes. This is great. And then whenever I get the file back from you, it's like 1.5 gigs. How? It's a 5-minute video. Like, oh my God.
I have the YouTuber's guidebook, not literally, but like there's a technique to get better quality out of your videos. You shoot in 1080, but if you export it at 4K and upload it in 4K, you get more quality. Because I've noticed that a lot of like just 1080p videos on YouTube look terrible. They just really compress it and it looks terrible. And maybe it's just being ADHD, but I have to have all the quality, and I don't care if it takes 18 bloody hard drives to get one video on YouTube, but it'll get there in full quality if it kills me and it empties my bank account and the laptop catches fire. It's going up in full quality. Don't know why I'm doing that, but I just am.
Well, I appreciate it.
I bought a 4 terabyte hard drive when I started working for Reckless because I knew that those videos were going to be huge. Each single individual one of them. I'm just going to have a look at hard. Actually, it's not plugged in, but I can tell you, like, the wannabe ones aren't even the biggest. Not even the biggest. Couple of gigs, yeah, that's child's play for me nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm working in terabytes, son. That's what I'm talking about. Next one's going to be an 8K IMAX. It's going to be like 500 terabytes. It's going to take 6 years to upload, and no one's going to watch it.
It's going to get 3 views.
No, it'll get copyright striked in 5 seconds.
Yeah, no kidding. And literally, yeah, I feel the pain. I'm like, sometimes I'll work so hard on a video. I'm like, oh man. And then I'll get about halfway done through editing. I'm like, no one's going to watch this. But it was, and sure enough, like my Beavis and Butthead video, I'm like editing and I'm like, oh yeah, C shift, all okay, oh great. Oh, this is so good. I'm cutting it all together. And then it hit me. I'm like, I recorded this video 5 times. 5 times, literally, because my camera was going out. Got it up the day the news hit, 20 views. And I'm like, well, it's better than 2. It's better than 2, and I'll take it, you know, because I have gotten, I think the Gleamer review right now is on my channel is sitting at like 1 or 2 reviews. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. But we digress from the main conversation, gentlemen, and it's been awesome to sit with you guys and talk to you and kind of get to know a little bit more about you guys. And I bet it feels good to go on a place, you know, to be able to express yourself and things like that, and kind of talk about the passion. But it's probably a nice little reset in a way of, this is why we do this, is to be a part of it and be a part of a collaboration with whoever will do it with us type thing. So
yeah. I mean, I don't mean to bulge off for one second, but like just jump off for a second, because I've been on YouTube for quite a while. I remember when it was still quite small, community based, you know, lots of kind of small groups of people. You still get groups of people nowadays, but it's usually just massive YouTubers. And so for people like me, like Gabe, and for anyone else who may be listening who do YouTube videos, it can be quite isolating to start just making videos, because it seems like there's like no one there to talk to, no one there to help you out, or just no one to like just talk about like, oh, this is stupid, you know, just like kind of connect with. Yet, you know, like with this collaboration that we're doing now, you know, Reckless and Wannabe and whatever, it kind of reminds me of what YouTube used to be like, at least in my opinion, in its prime, back when it was community based, instead of like, oh, Will Smith, Joe, Mr. Colbert, or whatever his name, Conan O'Brien, and all these massive YouTubers, which are just talk show hosts. It reminds me of a happier time in YouTube's history, when you could actually speak to content creators, collaborate, and make things that were better for everyone, instead of just raking in millions of dollars because, oh, you've crashed your Tesla into the Golden Gate Bridge or something. Just stupid stuff like that.
Well, and it is nice to be a part of a collab. This is what as just someone who just kind of casually grew up watching YouTube, it's been nice to collaborate with you guys. It's like, this is what I dreamed of doing whenever I started the channel, is being able to collaborate with other people, and the potential to, you know, the goal was like, I would love to get a record sent to me, or music sent to me before it's out, to give my opinion the day it comes out, the record comes out. Achieved. Literally, you know, and then it turned into the thing of, well, great, now the next step is, how do I pay my phone bill with YouTube? And that's always, I think the goal is, you're always just trying to, I don't think anyone's trying to make a living doing YouTube. It's just, you enjoy doing it. You enjoy being that personality. And whenever you start to gain traction, people start noticing, and they want to be a part of it. I think the inherent sense of being a part of something, we talked about passion before, people inherently are drawn to that. And whenever you have more people that are kind of on board for the same thing, you have a bigger chance of making it happen. So I'm very proud to work with you guys. It's been a really cool effort. I've been wanting to get you guys on the show for a while now. I'm glad we were able to make it happen. I want to thank you guys again for taking the time to make it happen. And obviously, I'm a huge Reckless fan at this point. Yeah, man, it's been great. So I hope you guys had a good time. I hope was I a good host. I'm always self-conscious about that. You know what I mean?
It was good.
Okay, awesome, great.
I just wish it wasn't over this.
I know. I wish we could do it in person.
On a couch.
Yeah, exactly.
So much better. One day.
One day. Well, it's like, hey, and that's the thing is, you know what? We just started doing Reckless stuff together, or I just started doing Reckless. Who knows what'll happen in a year? You know, maybe, you know, maybe Reckless's audience triples in a year, and maybe we're reviewing the next Bring Me the Horizon record, you know, before it comes out. Nice. That would be so cool. But definitely, everybody go check out reckless.co.uk to kind of see the reviews over there. They've got quite a plethora of articles up there by Harry and also Anna. Anna Joy King.
Anna.
Yeah, Anna. She's got a real talent for writing. She's pretty good. I've read some of her stuff. If you're even mildly interested into the alternative music scene, definitely go check out reckless.co.uk, and some of my reviews that I've done for Reckless are up there as well. It's been a really cool collaborative, and obviously I'm excited to work with you guys, and I always wish you guys the best, with everything that both of you guys are doing. So this was a great conversation, gentlemen. We've come to the end of our show, unfortunately. But I hope you guys had a good time.
I want to do this again.
Yeah, no kidding. Whenever something big happens with Reckless, or if we get some more slang terms, you guys get another 30 or 40 slang terms. We'll try and chop something up to make it, make it make it just as much of an entertaining episode as this one was. So
cool.
Well, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for coming on once again, and you as the listener, thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to go over to popcultusa.com to check out the swag. The code is _wannabecritic for 20% off your entire order. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for preparing yourselves for a plethora of hot takes and potentially unpopular opinions. Say goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye.
Au revoir. Au revoir.
On your bike.
On your bike.